Alright. G'day there, Spirit Fox. All the little moving dots, maybe. Yeah, I need to change that starting soon screen. It's just a pre-made one that I can't even remember where I grabbed it from, to be perfectly honest, but it's a little something better than what I had. I downloaded a pack from some site that just to take a look and see how they were made, so I could build my own, and then didn't end up building my own, at least not yet. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm coming through okay. That should be alright. Using a different mic tonight. As the stream title says, couldn't sleep, so instead I am just going to play some Battletech. So this is actually a save game that I started at the start of this year and haven't picked up since. So I'm up to the Panzer mission at this point. Yeah, so we're just going to play on from this point. I'm going to do a couple of rounds. I don't know if I'll last much longer than that, but we'll see how it goes. Figure I was going to play it anyway, might as well share it around. Morning Proto, how's it going, mate? I haven't played Battletech in ages, Spirit. Yeah, I haven't picked this up since June. Was when the last time I played this particular campaign. I'm trying to play through the single player campaign again, the default story mode campaign, just to get my eye back in, and I'm thinking I might mod this up and actually get Battletech Advanced 3062, I think is the mod, and give that one a play, because there's two major mods for Battletech floating around. One's 3062, which advances up to the Fedcom Civil War, and the other one is Rogue Tech, which is a bit of everything. I didn't like Rogue Tech the last time I tried it. I might give it another shot again, though. I've heard it's had a lot of changes, and it must have. Like, I last tried that in the start of 2020, at least. But I want to give Battletech Advance a bit of a shot. Somerset, three quarters of the way through my third playthrough. Yeah, Fedcob Civil War is always fun. Yeah, I haven't tried that mod before, so it seems interesting. Might give it a bit of a shot. It's apparently got 500 mechs. It's got 300 tanks. You can deploy tanks with the mechs. It's got Aerotech support. You can set up and deploy artillery ahead of the battles. So, yeah, you can up things up a little bit. It's also apparently brutally hard, but so is Rogue Tech. So that's just the theme of mods. So it's just got the lot. I think you can even deploy double lancers in Battletech Advance, so you can put down 8 mechs rather than 4, but the battles in general are much larger. So yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of a look at it and see what pops up. I'm sort of hoping there's another one of these in development as well. Anyway, I should pop that window out of the way. Right, if I can click on the right window here. There we go. Right, so I've actually got to see where I'm up to here. So I'm upgrading. Let's check out Argo first. Where am I up to here? Engineering ship upgrades. Let's take a look. Alright, so I need power system 3, structure 3, drive system 2's already done. I need the second habitat pod brought online. I've only got one mech bay up at the moment. But repair and refit, I've got all but the final upgrade, which, as I recall, is ridiculously expensive. One of the training modules. So, yeah, not too bad for this stage. I do remember I was having a really good playthrough. I nailed some really good mechs early on. I believe I even got Grim Sybil's... Yep. I got Grim Sybil's quick draw right at the start of the game, so second or third mission into a 60-tonner, so I was actually running pretty good. Yeah, SRM ammo moved to legs, so they've been customised. Got range finders set. Cockpit mod for extra armor for the Centurion at close range. Still running AC5. All the SRM ammo in the legs again. Left torso, SRM6 and twin SRM4s. Yeah, that one's configured for belt the crap out of them at close range. Dragon. If we're on this mission, I won't have had the Dragon for long. So comm systems, twin SRM6s, center torso, AC5s. Left arm and left torso mid laders with ammo in the legs. So yeah, I've got a custom on that too, so that's alright. And we have a Warhammer. I really was having a good day. I completely forgot I had that. It's always good to open up a game. Oh, I've got one of those. Nice. A cockpit mod, +1, optimized capacitors, gyro 2 for stability, SRM6s. So I configure most of my stuff for fairly close range. Most of this looks like a pretty standard fit. Outside of the cockpit capacitors and gyro upgrades, I think that one's actually pretty stock. I don't think I've messed with the Warhammer much at all. 3062 isn't too hard. I'll have to give it a bit of a shot then. I get mixed reports. Some people find it's hard, some people don't. Some people find this hard. I don't find this too bad. RNG can be a bitch sometimes, so that is the nature of the game. Alright. It's still got the Shadowhawk lurking around in the back of my hangar as my backup with one spot. What have I got in storage? No completed mechs, only parts. Parts. Anything interesting here should be looking for? 2 parts trebuchet. Just working out what I should prioritize on the battlefield if we happen to get an opportunity. Got a Vulcan. Nothing that's too impressive. Locust and Commando parts coming out the arse, but that's pretty normal for this. Enforcer. Crabs, but no king crabs. Now I'm still dark. I have never managed to salvage a king crab in this. Every single time I get one, something happens. Ah, hang on. Black Knight. Alright, I need more parts for that. Warhammer base heat loadout is great, just very heat inefficient. Yeah, I agree. That's probably why it hasn't been modified much. I probably didn't have anything else serious to upgrade it, because I am fairly early in the game still. I mean, it's Battletech at the very beginning, you have ship pilots and go against the clans. Yeah, it'll be tough, but otherwise, as long as the RNG doesn't screw you over, it isn't that bad at all. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yes, Black Knight. I love my Black Knight. I have 1 part Black Knight, so I have to find more. It's going to be a bit of a pain to wrap down. And it looks like part of a catapult as well, which would be nice to have in my lineup. I just have to keep an eye out and see what pops up. Alright, so now, I'm getting stupid. Hang on a second. Why is CC Cleaner popping crap up on my screen? Thankfully you can't see that, which is good. Barracks, Mech Warriors. What state are my Mech Warriors in at this point? So Behemoth's out for an injury. 24 days remaining.
Standing by.
Barak. Tactics and piloting. I was setting him up as a scout, obviously, or rapid response. Piloting and tactics. I was doing the same with Decker.
Commander?
And Glitch is going for snipe. My main character here, Hunter. As you can see, I'm going for a bit of a Viking feel with this particular mercenary crew. And guts and gunnery, so yeah, just standard. I have points to spend on Medusa. which I won't because I want to probably pump gunnery a little bit more. So that'll be going for a mobility build. Nice to see Griffin, Glitch and Deck are still around. As a general, I try and keep them all alive. I feel like I'm missing somebody here. Still got Glitch, still got Decker. Decker's usually the first one to go. He's a pain to keep alive because the first makes you get a garbage and he always winds up in the worst one. Generally I keep my originals going. Alright, let's go back to Argo. And so now, so Behemoth's out. I've got financial report coming up. Ship upgrade in 4 days. And it doesn't look like we have any missions slotted. So we must have just finished this one. Contracts. We're up to Liberation Smithton. Alright, so proceed to Smithton where you will assist the Restoration Army in effects to liberate House Kurot. I'm terrible with some of the pronunciation in this. Early reports from field observers suggest that a loadout featuring indirect fire capabilities and at least a moderate level of mobility could prove. Do I want to do that one straight up? 2 skulls. As I said, I'm early in the game. I'm on 2 skull missions and I've already got a quick draw and a warhammer. And pretty much just straight restoration missions. Which are good for the money, but at 2.5 of this load up, we might as well just get this mission up so we can get up to a higher level. So we'll do that. I was always a grasshopper fan. Yeah, the grasshopper's not bad.
Network orders complete, boss. Top-notch work, if I may say so.
Alright, so 2.5 million, and we just got our next ship upgrade done. Right, so I really need to bring Habitat Pod 2 on board. Or up. Expand the Mech Warriors out. 900,000. We're in 2.5. $450,000 and go for Morale 1. We haven't filled up our current mech base, so bringing the second pod online this early may not be quite so important. 2.5, yeah, 450, yeah, that'll keep us above 2 million plus the check that's coming up that we got to pay out. It's probably going to be about 400,000. So yeah, that should be fine, and then we'll take some restoration money to top up the rest. Alright, and that'll get us the +1 morale bonus on the Mech Warriors, which should be nice. Prison Donkey, I see it's time for the quarterly stream. Well, as I said, I'm trying to get them out a little bit more often, but things just don't seem to play quite my way. Alright, so 345,000 operating expenses takes me down to 1.7, so we should be fine there. That won't be an issue. I'm not expecting any major repairs from this mission. I should be overgeared. Have a soft spot for Glitch. She was my Vindicator pilot, and I love the Vindy. Yeah, the Vindy's not bad. Vindy is not bad. Alright, so we have an event. The morning breakfast. Samira asked something unexpected. So what's the story with those Mech Warriors bowling in the barracks hallways? Dennis crosses his arms over his chest. I've already put an end to that. Decker and Glitch were calling it Corridor Bocky. I shut it down as a matter of discipline. You turn to Darius. How much trouble have their games caused? They're playing in unused corridors, not so much, but it was only a matter of time before something or someone got damaged. We should really repair the gym in Beta Pod instead. Ah, that's right, Beta Pod has the gym. So yeah, I will need to get Beta Pod up. So let the decision stand, reverse the decision, or host one last public game. I reckon host one last public game. That'll have a 50-50. Either somebody will get injured, or there'll be a morale boost behind it. Next day, Mech Warriors and crew crowd into the narrow barracks hallway to watch Decker face off against Glitch in one final game. Morale increased by 1. Alright, so we won the RNG on that one. Hey Rim, hope I'm doing well, about as well as can be expected. It's been a shit couple of years, and a shit couple of weeks, well actually a shit week in particular. As the message I left on YouTube is, and everywhere else is probably a bit clear of. The funeral is going to be on Tuesday, and yeah. But we won't talk about that here. Sin, maybe some arsehole gets injured and increases morale. You can get stuff like that. Well, we've arrived at Smithton. Yes, we will proceed. It looks like everything was all good, up and running. So, 2 skulls. The dragon doesn't have a mech warrior, so I got a couple here to pick. Decker's in the... Why is Decker in the Warhammer? Decker's in the Warhammer because Behemoth's out. Alright, so I'll put me in the Warhammer. Medusa's in the quick draw. Oh, sorry, Medusa's in the Centurion. Barak's in the quick draw. Barak is one of my newer pilots. I'll probably put Decker in the Dragon. And I'll let the rest of that stand. I think that should be fine. 5, 6, 5, 4, 6, 7. Eight tactical. Thinking. Yeah, no, Medusa with gun 7 in the Centurion. That Centurion's configured for close range. Technically would be better to have Medusa in the quick draw, but with the SRM racks that I've got mounted on the Centurion, if I get a clean shot, I can core a mech in a single turn. Or if not core it, cripple it. Now again, I haven't played this in 6 months, so I'm half expecting to make a whole bunch of stupid mistakes here. The 27th of January was the last time, 27th of June was the last time I saved game on this particular campaign. So anyways, what has everybody else been up to? My week's garbage, so I'd rather actually hear about what you guys are doing.
Command interface initiated.
Now work, work, work. Welcome to Smithton Commander. The bulk of our army is entrenched in the capital, exchanging fire with what's left of the Directorate's defense forces. The battle is leaning in our favour, but we're running low on ammunition. This is where you come in. Oh, I remember this mission. This one's a bastard of a thing. Alright, so... Mobility, mobility, mobility. Structure before you is the munitions dump. We've got to take out the mechs, and we're going to try and avoid destroying most of the munitions so we can actually capture them. Find all hostile units and eliminate them. Our combat support staff can handle the rest. We can blow some of the ammo inside of the city to take the mechs out. And there's a lot of turrets, as I recall. Facility is heavily guarded, and if any of those munitions crates come under fire, the resulting explosion will deal heavy damage to anything caught in the blast. This includes Directorate units, so feel free to target the crate yourself, but know that you may be sacrificing a bonus in doing so. Yeah, I remember this one. This mission was a bitch. Not because the combat was particularly hard, just because position and chasing. So what's going to happen, if I remember correctly, there's defense units here, there's defense units here, there's also turrets mounted all around here. So we've got to take them out. They're going to push out and try and get us through here. And there's going to be, we're going to get a secondary objective that's trucks that are trying to escape with munitions on board, and they're going to follow this road out and around. So we've got to try and stop the trucks while destroying the turrets, while also taking out all the base mech defenses and their vehicle defenses. Grinding out some SC. Yeah, I actually kind of wish I could actually play some Star Citizen at the moment and actually stream it. At the moment I can only record. I don't have the connection for it. Actually, speaking of which, how is it looking? Because I'm trying 1080p tonight. I've got a slightly better connection than normal, so I'm hoping it is coming through nice and clear. Spirit Fox, working, just chugging along with a couple of PMP games. Brought a couple of new games on Steam. Yeah, I didn't end up doing any shopping for Black Friday. Commander. At all. Alright, so Centurion. Quick Draw and Dragon are going to be my two runners, I think, for this. Alright. We had enemy contact for a moment. Yes, Commander. So I'll let those two go first. On my way. Yeah, there was a massive set of updates that got done to my my local net hub, so I'm sort of hoping that I'll have these speeds, well, most of the time now. Alright, get these through. So I'm going to take out the light laser turret up here, and I want to get into the box here to defend against the mechs I'm going to have coming. Here comes the first one. That we should have, it'll be commandos or locusts over here. Yeah. I only got AC5, that won't be enough to take it out, but we'll give it a shot anyway. You sound like you're talking to us from down a well and the screen looks like a Scrabble set. Wow, it's kind of appropriate. All hands on deck. We are under attack. Oh, nice, Spirit. Unfortunately, I'm with MBN Co, so if they do any kind of maintenance work that brings me even close to what I'm paying for, it's a bonus. Alright, so Spider. Alright, so quick draw. The train looks solid enough. B. Yeah, that'll still present front armor, so
On my way.
It should get me wide enough to get a good shot with all guns on the Spider. I'll have the Warhammer finish off the turret. Alright, heat's good. SRM6s, MiG lasers. Yeah, I'm just gonna bloody alpha strike this Spider out of existence. Well, close enough. I feel that but Telstra, yeah, is not much better. Doesn't really matter what the provider is, they're all going through NBN, and Telstra is there. Alright, Decker. Get you down and get a second shot into that Spider. I just don't want the Spider getting on my flanks and chewing up my rear armor. Again, be half on heat. Mead AC5's good. Only 55s on the SRMs, so I'll drop the SRMs off for this. Ah, well, that's going to be the way it is. Right, so many options. Huh. Maybe I have done some upgrades to this one. It's got a Mead Laser Plus in it. So I don't think we'll need much more than the double PPCs to finish that off.
Engaging target.
Yep,
Target destroyed.
that'll do.
Warning. Enemy
And Warhammer's been sensor locked, so now I'm going to get LRM'd the crap out of. Yep, and here comes the supply trucks. Alright, so I'm gonna have to blitz past the spider in order to get to the LRM trucks. I have the Warhammer and the Centurion guard the mechs are gonna be pushing in from the rear. Yeah, there is. I'm not sure. I can't remember getting this Warhammer, but I should absolutely not have a Warhammer at this stage. So yeah, I am way over ton with that mech. Over what you would normally have at this stage. Like, I should still be running the Shadowhawk in the group at this point. So I obviously had some good salvage on some of the side missions I did at one point. Clearly Mags needs a catapult. Yes, I've got one part of a catapult put away. I do need two more, and if I can find one, I will absolutely take it. I do love me cats. Alright, what would be the best way? We got a 35 ton and we got the Locust. Truth of the matter, probably just want to do a short move. Is there anything in particular that will be worth sensor locking here? Not really. Nothing that needs to be ID'd, it doesn't really matter. And I keep the Centurion here, so if this one here, it's likely going to come through this gap and breach through. So it'll run short range, crest straight into the SRMs that this thing is carrying. And stability's fine, so yeah, I might just do a sensor lock on... a sensor lock on the Spider. Just to drop the evasion off on it so I can get finished off this round with no additional problems. And yeah, we got to get our sprint on because that truck is fair hauling us out of there at the moment. Or the escort for it is, at least. I've just got to turn the hammer into the LRM shots that are coming through at the moment. I don't want it to keep pounding that arm because PPCs are expensive and hard to come by this earlier in the game, and I don't want to lose one. At the moment it's taking most of its hits on the right hand side. Alright, so who is in what?
Standing by.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, gonna have to do a... Actually, no, the jump's not gonna get me. Fine, we'll do a sprint just so I can get it up into position. There should still give me cover. hopefully, another volley in on the Warhammer. As I recall, there's like 3 LRM trucks sitting up in the top corner of the map, and it will just hammer you for the entire mission. That's why this one's a pain in the ass. Alright, so about there we'll present the Hammer's front armour. PPC's off. Only 45s on the Meads. Really low chances across the board. I'm just going to have to... Yeah, range is a bit sus. Yeah, I don't want to blow the crate, so I'm at it. Thought I'd have better numbers than that. Alright, well, PPC's down for this round. Medium lasers and SRMs. Only got 40% and 45, so we're just going to have to hope they hit. Right arms out. Long range shots coming in from one of the autocannon turrets that's further down the road.
Good to go.
Yeah, do a sprint here as well. Because these two are important to get into position if we want that bonus objective. In comes the more LRMs.
Warning. Armor low.
Second supply truck spawned. Really? Really? Oh, that was cute.
Armor low.
That, not so much. You think they're offended with the fact that I've got a Warhammer? They seem to have really taken this personally. I have to get the hammer out of line of sight with those turrets. And that's why I like the Centurion. Yeah, that is likely a Panther that's hidden up in there at the moment. And now that I think about it, that truck's going to get away. And right arm's down, so there's a PPC lost. And another PPC.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
And now we've got a 60-ton engaging as well. And more LRMs. This is getting fucking stupid. I really hate this mission. Like, the truth of this matter with this mission is it's marked as a 2 skull. It's actually probably a 4. It's harder than some of the missions that are later in the game just because the amount of shit you've got to take. I mean, if I'd been in a Shadowhawk, which is what I should be running at this point, and it was getting singled out like this, it would probably already have been wiped out. 50-50. Such low, yeah, alright. You know what? This is my fuck you button.
Engaging target. Enemy mech destroyed.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Alright, the sensor lock is now on the Centurion.
Ready for orders.
Alright, now who has the longest...
Standing by.
Alright, so Barack is going to have to do the run. Now where's going to be the best spot? Says it doesn't really matter. So one step forward on the dragon, you can engage with everything. I need to make sure it's killed. No questions asked, it has to be eliminated. Thank you.
One more for the trash heap.
Commander?
This is going to pull the quick draw in line with every single one of those, but I need to do it. If I'm not...
On the move.
Once again, fire the lot to get rid of that
Copy that.
mobile HQ. Not enough to kill it, so next turn it's going to outrun. Alright, Centurion's tough, it can take it.
Ready for orders.
Actually, we're going to keep the Centurion right where it is for the moment. Laser AC5. We'll roll with the SRM6 at 50%. These are really crappy low numbers on this spider for a mech that's just about crippled.
Acknowledged.
Thank you. Alright, that gets the spider out of play.
Hostile eliminated.
So that takes out their scout. So now they've got to bring the fire starter up. Right torso and the Warhammer gone.
Warning. Weapon system destroyed.
Alright, so now they're focusing the quick draw, which I knew they would once I pulled it out.
Losing armor.
Alright, so best thing I can do here, I need to strip out some of their crap here.
Transport has escaped.
God damn it. Oh yes, do that.
Took a hard hit there.
Come on. Cicada. Come on, quick draw, just take another couple of hits for me. Shame the dragon's not in the right spot. And these are the LRM turrets. Alright. Where have I got to get to?
Aye, aye.
So let's bring Decker out in the dragon. He might be the better option.
Acknowledged.
Right. Yeah, that should be enough.
Locked on target.
Munitions crate down.
Fresh real estate available.
Warning. Armor low.
Yeah, got a break. Got a break line of sight with the Warhammer, or I'm going to lose it. I'm not done yet. My tolerance for the what they're doing to my my Warhammer here.
Yes, Commander.
I'm less than amused. I've just got to make sure I never get into any of these circles, otherwise bad things happen. Alright, so I want a little bit more left hand exposed on the quick draw to cover up the right torso and arm where it's been stripped a little bit. Alright, Griffin. Gonna go low with those SRMs. I don't like how low. And we'll actually do a precision strike. Yep, let's push it past the heat boundary. I like those numbers much better, and let's go straight for that center torso. Not interested in anything else, just call the Griffin out and take it out of play.
Firing all weapons.
And didn't do shit. That was disappointing.
Got a lock on me.
And that damn turret.
I can't take much more of this.
Barely hit, Commander. Orders.
Unfortunately, this guy here is the problem. He's not on any of them. Cicada could be a concern as well. But we can deal with that. Because the Centurion... is target A, target B. Can only hit A, can only hit A, can only hit A. Hopefully the AC5 will be enough to set it up. Yes, technically I am supposed to save those ammo crates, and I have 7 remaining and they really want me to save 6, so I'm going to lose an objective doing this, but losing an objective is better than losing the Warhammer. And having me, which is the top pilot on my team, taken out of commission. So this should ruin the Cicada, and it should blow 2 of the LRM turrets that are constantly hitting the Warhammer.
Affirmative.
It's,
That's half of their fighting units down. Keep this
And-
up and the facility is ours.
took out part of the city as well. Second shot.
Some losses were to be expected, but we need as many of those crates as you can recover.
And that gets rid of 2 of the LRM turrets. Not optimal, but... that's alright, next round the Centurion will just smash this thing in the face in melee. Alright, now, where can I get you? Where is the turret that keeps hitting them? I've got no visual on it. It'll be there. That'll be the turret, and it's outside of range. Yeah, I don't really want to... I can't afford to keep the Warhammer out. So I could take the forest coverage. I should give that a little bit more left hand forward to present the left arm and the left torso a little bit. But that's what I've got to work with. Now, what can I attack from here? We've got the fire starter, which is really... That's really it. God, we've lost the Mead Laser Plus, down an down a PPC. We lost the SRMs. Ugh. Not good.
Engaging target.
And that dragon and that quick draw are just going to sit up there and keep lobbing.
Armor breached. Internal damage.
Decker. Alright, that Panther is crippled. I need that Griffin out of play as well, so... I don't like being that close to the explosion. So we'll move a bit uphill first.
Roger.
Shoot down to take the Panther. God, my gunnery is crapping on my guys. So I'll take the risk and push. No. Yes, no. What else have we got? Be better to push an Alpha Strike on the Griffin again. The Dragon's undamaged. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Firestarter. Panther's unarmed. I'll just go for the Griffin. We'll ignore the Panther. That's more like what I wanted. Alright. That's good. That's real good. That's another LRM set out of play. Now the dragon's cooking, but I can run it downhill and use it to help melee the Firestarter to pieces, so we can have a cool off round. And a PPC going. Yes, good point on that.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, Barack is not going to clear the field either, so... But I really need to also take him out of line of sight of that turret, because he's starting to get hammered really hard as well. That turret over there is a bitch. Hopefully that'll be enough. It probably won't be, but we'll see. Temp is hot. So I have to pull the SRM6s. Actually, we're just going to have to brace down for a turn. Our heat's way too high on the quick draw. Nah, turret's still got it.
Reporting heavy damage.
What does the enemy dragon have? Weapons? LRMs, AC. It'll be a standard. Should I push it over? What if I attacked? What would that do heat-wise? Oh yeah, that would blow me out completely. Okay, yep, never mind. Melee it is.
Commander, I'm wounded.
Yep. Now I gotta save the quick draw. Alright, I'm gonna keep my position. The upside about losing all the weapons on the Warhammer, it's going to be basically impossible to actually overheat it now.
Engaging target.
Not exact. That dragon's still going. Still going the Warhammer.
Armor low.
And there's nothing I can do to stop that until that fire starter's dead.
Commander?
What's up, boss?
Alright, that'll be your cool off round in the dragon.
Targeting for physical attack.
Left leg, put him on his ass. Hey, you got to take the upsides where you can get them.
Standing by.
And the quick draw is still feeling pretty hot as well, so I'm not above kicking them while they're down. Although that was kind of pathetic. But at least the dragon's now taking the shot rather than the quick draw from that autocannon turret.
Minor, Commander.
Enjoying this game? Yeah, oh yeah, I love this game. I got very early access to it before it was released. I think I put 600 hours into it in like a week and a bit. I played stupid hours on it when it first came out. Love Battletech, hoping they're working on another one. They need to work on another one. I actually need to get the mods and the packs to do a proper tabletop Battletech on Tabletop Simulator as well.
Locked on for physical attack.
Oh, come on, Centurion.
Reporting.
I expect more than you for that. I keep you around for the melee fun. That was crap. Recommended? Yeah, I'm well over, oh, God, I don't know how many. Well over 1,000 hours, probably approaching 2,000 hours in this at the moment. Absolutely recommended. If you're into Battletech, you know, Mech Warrior, that universe, and you like turn-based strategy, it is brilliant. Some great mods for it as well. Alright.
Ready for orders.
That's better. Well, why couldn't you have just done that in the first place? Just kick a hole in its chest and move on. Love XCOM? Yeah, same idea, except with 4-story fission reactor powered 100-ton robots.
Commander?
Alright, so quick draw. Oh god, the quick draw's taken a beating too. Both torsos, leg and arm. Yeah, the whole Battletech universe is becoming really popular at the moment, since especially since Games Workshop shat the bed horribly with Warhammer 40k. Like, that's going to go down as, well, a franchise fuck up that rivals what Disney did.
Copy that.
God, they pissed off a lot of people. Alright, so I can pump everything up into the Dragon. I'm going to have to strip some armor off it. Stability's good. I really can't afford to face tank the Dragon for too long though in this thing. Also, Harmony Gold finally lost its grip on the franchise. Yes, thank Christ for that. Now we've just got to convince Microsoft, since they actually own all the rights for all of Battletech and MechWarrior at this point, that we also need, in addition to Battletech, that needs to keep being made, there needs to be a Battletech 2. They also need the Mech Commander series to come back, and they need to give somebody else the MechWarrior series and tell them, look, build another one of these, but make it a semi-RPG as well. Have it so you can get out of your mech and talk to people and have an entire campaign just based on a planet. Basically do modern MechWarrior 3. And do that, and we're good. We'll be gold, it'll be fine, we'll be back in business. And hopefully, if that happens, maybe we can also convince them to bring back Crimson Skies, and then my childhood will be complete. It's just nothing. I just can't afford to risk at the moment. If I just move him 1 to get his evasion bonus and then just brace him, in that position nobody should have line of sight on the Warhammer, so they shouldn't be able to pound it anymore. And all the scout mechs have been destroyed at this point, so nobody can sensor lock it either. So the Warhammer, it's sad, I'm going to have to hide a Warhammer at the back of it and just let the other mechs finish this out now. Because if it goes up with the Dragon at the moment with it in its current state, I mean, if it hits the leg, it's basically done. If it takes too many hits to the center torso, which has already had the armor pulled off, what are we at? Yeah, armor is at 14 of 110. One volley off the Dragon, if they all hit, will take the front armor and blow the internals and blow the reactor on it. So, yeah.
Commander.
Alright, Centurion. Well, you're not running hot at all. Actually, I don't really want to do that from this side. Can you get a melee attack in from any other direction? Only from the... Oh, that's yuck. I don't really want to give the Dragon the back of the Centurion either, although it's got plenty of armor. It's probably one of the healthiest mechs I've got at the moment. Some reason I can't... Alright. We'll see how your rear armor plays up.
Move into position.
Just get rid of the Panther.
There's only one of them.
Yes.
Left. Take it out, and this facility is ours.
Why aren't I using my morale abilities? Because I'm saving them up for this turn.
Warning. Heavy
Because I've got a Dragon that's essentially managed to avoid all the ammo explosions and all the return fire, and I now need to eliminate it. So I'm going to Alpha Strike the balls out of this thing. That's why I was doing all the melee attacks as well, to cool all the mechs down for this. So we'll start off with the Dragon. Precision Strike.
The heat is frying my internals.
Now, next up, Barak. Move forward, so you're also in the... That is apparently a forest section. There's a couple of trees and a little bit of a park, but that does give them X cover, so we'll take that. Precision Strike. And hopefully...
Affirmative.
At the very least, its LRM's now out of...
Critical hit. Watch my
Its LRM's now out of play. Yep, vanilla for the moment. I'm trying to complete through the campaign again, and then I'm looking at probably Battletech Advanced for my next playthrough. And after that, I may consider jumping back into, or giving Rogue Tech another round. It was the first time I tried Rogue Tech. I didn't like it all that much. It was a bit of a bitzer, but it was that was a year and a half ago now, and they've done a lot of work on it. So hopefully it'll be much improved. But I want to have a play with Battletech Advance's FedCom Civil War campaign. Alright, SRM's on as well. Precision Strike. Center Torso. Please let this be enough. Thank you. I don't need to save the dragon, I've already got one. I just want to put it down before it kills my mechs. Kukakarana, I'm suffering from War Thunder burnout at the moment, but I think I'll play more soon. I can understand. I was really enjoying the sim stuff, doing sim in VR in War Thunder. And I'll just skip through this. Do need his help, and we shall have it. Arrange an audience for him directly. Enjoy your victory, Commander. You've earned it. Now, I'm going to have to deal with some injuries and some serious repairs here, but it shouldn't be too bad, because it is a direct protectorate mission, or directorate mission, and they pay well. Yeah, I can understand that. The last... I haven't played War Thunder in about 3 or 4 weeks. And I haven't played War Thunder in about 3 or 4 weeks because I jumped on after they did all the battle rating changes, and I decided to actually look at the battle ratings because I haven't done that in a long time. I just jump onto whatever plane that I've got that I like, and I just go and play it. I've lost interest, but I actually had a look, and I laughed my ass off. They put the SBD at battle rating 1.7 in realistic battle. So The SPD is fighting reserve aircraft, and it's ridiculous. I laughed and looked at some of the other ratings. Wasn't particularly impressed with what I saw of them breaking early jet tier, the battle rating of some of the MiG-21s in particular, and decided to I'm not in the mood to play this, and haven't touched it since. Good luck, you ignored my sub earlier. I didn't ignore your sub, I didn't get a notification for it pop up. Anyways, thank you for the sub, Sind, and thank you for the sub again, Tal. RT is hella cool now, 3.3k units at the moment, and still more to come, and the Urbi apocalypse is upon us. Yeah, I've heard they got some serious units. That's significantly more than the last time I looked at it, so I'm looking forward to giving it a shot again. I'm probably going to have a look at Battletech Advance next first. It's £10 on Steam for basic Battletech. Buy it? Absolutely. This is it and its expansion packs all combined are a full recommendation for me, and have been basically since release. There was only one expansion pack they released, which at full price when it first came out, I thought was a little light on content and not as good a deal as it should have been. But they made up for it with the heavy metal expansion pack that came, which had a whole bunch of heavy mechs in it, and the city upgrade to actually put cityscapes into the game as maps. So they made up for it a little bit later. So yeah, there's only one, but now they're all discounted. So absolutely, grab the lot. Great game. Absolute Murderfest. Poor reserve planes. Yeah, actually, I will try and see if I can pull up a video for you guys quickly, just to show you one of the kills I got in the SBD, just to give you an idea on how friggin' ridiculous it being at that battle rating actually is. But first, I'll see what I can put together here. So, 1.4 million payout, which is good, because I'm going to have repairs for it. That Warhammer's not going to be cheap to put back together. Thankfully, I wasn't injured. Quick draw was, but only 18 days. 18 days to heal, so that's not too bad. I'm probably going to have some time anyway. since I've just finished this mission as a priority mission, I'm going to have a little bit of time. Medusa in the Centurion, you know, that's the ammo crate explosion, but carrying the team. Alright, parts. So the Dragon is an obvious one to grab. I could grab the Jenner and the Locust, and then I'd have 2 to sell off, and a 35 for the Panther. I'll grab the Dragon component. I don't really need it, but I'll grab it. MGs, heat sinks, jump jets, LRM ammo. Nothing in there really floating my boat too much. Now I'll grab the Panther. And I'll grab the Jenner. I think the Jenner goes for more than the Locust. So these two will just put them together and sell them off, just cash cow mechs. The Dragon component I might actually keep around on the off chance that I pick up a couple of extra pieces. So I'll take those. And what did I get in the random draw? A Flamer that I'm probably not going to use, and a couple of Mead lasers, and a couple of MGs. So there's some components that I might be able to put the Warhammer back together with. And nope, moment passed, I'm off to watch Dead Meat's VODs. Oh, so sensitive, Sind. I've been playing Battletech for 400 hours with RT. I'm now at 2k hours on Steam logged. Those are some good numbers. It's probably been balanced around the I-153 M62. You've got to see this thing. On paper, you look at the SBD and it's only got a couple of 50 cals. It's not too much, you know, one turret in the back, one gun up front, but you'll see. I'll bring it up. Alright, so my Lord Croesus, what a pleasure it is to see you again. How long did you serve House Arano, and were you a friend to me? Your loyalty and wisdom I remember to this day. Spare me the pleasantries, lapdog. You're here because your mistress needs something. Isn't that right, Lady Arano? Go on, speak for yourself. You don't need Marie. Normal names, please, to speak for you. It is too late, and I am too tired to read those. Oh, so we'll skip through the short of these. Basically, at this point, she's after support from one of the houses that were originally part of the family, and she needs access to some technologies to crack the Argo's security codes to get access to its memory banks. The Argo, the ship that we're in at the moment, our main ship being a recovered Star League era vessel. One of 2 that were built by Boeing Interstellar. What you require means nothing to me. For the last 3 years, my uncle has squeezed how Croesus for its labour. Blah, 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 blah. He's getting his ass kicked in the current world order and wants out. So, do I support? She was biding her time. Use your head. If she'd stayed and fought, she'd be dead by now. Both are true. But I'm going to let the politicians argue with one another. I'm just not going to say anything. I'll just grab the popcorn. Tends to be more amusing that way. I am a mercenary now. I only care if I'm paid. You saved my Otto. That was one of the previous missions when we rescued his son, but he isn't the man I remember anymore. The prison administrators on Weldry did something to his mind. And my daughter, Lena... She supported you, even after you abandoned us to our fate. She refused to break faith with you. She sang your praises to all who would listen, until the directorate made an example of her. Because, yeah, she was publicly executed. Because the guys we're fighting at the moment are kind of assholes. You have a job for my technologists, and I have a job for your mercenaries. We'll trade service for service, and you'll leave here with nothing. So... Go then to Anvelt, this planet's moon. There's a ship, the New Grange, that needs to be dealt with. My people will send you the details. Now go, please, and leave me to attend my son. Alright, they had more than munitions down there, Commander. There's a warehouse full of busted up dragons. I'm not going to tell you that the dragon is a good mech, but it's big and can carry a lot of guns. If you bring them on board, I'll get them working and look at the shop for them. That's not fair. The dragon isn't a horrible mech. It's not the best heavy floating around, of course, but it's not terrible. It's fairly mobile. Got a good amount of armor. And it's fairly decent in melee. If you configure it to get into close range combat, it's pretty solid. Especially in the early stages of the game. Dead Meat was using illegal drugs. I'm a kind and sensitive soul as well as a tender lover. And a fantastic liar, as it turns out. Lots of people hate it, but it's a legit decent mech. Yeah, it is. Dragons, I don't have a problem with the dragon. It's not a great looking mech. Massive snoz hanging out of the front of it. But it gets the job done for a heavy. I'm going to need to do some mech repairs before our mech's contract. Yeah, I know that. It's not going to be good. Alright, so the Panther can be sent to storage. Actually, I probably should have just straight sold that. It's no Orion, but I'd still take one. Yeah, that's basically my feeling on it. Although I find Orions are a little bit soft as well. A lot of firepower, but you don't want them to get them focused too much. Alright, so let's go and check out the damage. Oh. Alright, so what is missing here? Nothing. Quick Draw's doing fine. She just got some big repairs, so we'll get her going first. Dragon should be the same as well. She's got a structure busted up where a couple of holes got into the armor, so we'll get her put back together. Not too concerned with either of those. Nothing actually got past the Centurion's armor, so her repair's free and already done, which is good. We will sell off that Jenna soon enough. Alright, so repair the leg, replace the torso and the arm. MG medium plus laser, SRM ammo, SRM 6, small laser, heatsink and PPC. And we don't have a few of those components. Weapons. 162,000 straight up to buy the replacement PPC, but that's just going to have to be the way it is.
New weapon systems available.
Hang on, no, I did have a PPC in stock. What? Didn't show up on the all. Alright, well, it doesn't matter, I've got a spare one now anyway. No Mead pluses. Got a double plus SRM 4. Really want to get the SRM 6 in. All the heat sinks in the legs. Yeah, we're going to move 2 heat sinks out. Put the MG ammo in the leg. That's 67. What have we got? Yeah, I want to pull the heat sinks out of the arms completely. We only lost 1 heat sink, but Yeah, I'm thinking we'll keep the 2 tons. The MG, half a ton. Small laser, half a ton. And we got 1 ton in the MG ammo. Yeah, let's pull the MG ammo completely. Spread the SRM ammo across 2. Heat sinks and SRM ammo in the legs. And let's pull the medium and small lasers as well. That puts us on 67. We lose the ultra short range weaponry. Resolve arm mods. No, we don't need arm mods. Gyro and optimized capacitors is good. Injury resistance is good. That's probably the only reason my pilot didn't get damaged. We'll keep out of there. Shame we don't have double heat sinks. We'll throw another heat sink in the torso, left side. And then max out the armor. So we pick up an extra 2 tons of ammunition, and we pick up a couple of extra heat sinks in exchange for weapons that, frankly, we shouldn't need so much. Tell, give me a Black Knight. I'll load it up with medium lasers, heat sinks, full armor, and a few jump jets. Evil thing. Yep, I've got 1 part of a Black Knight sitting in my hangar at the moment. I need 2 more. And yet Catapult is a good pick as well. Marauder as well, if you can come across one. Oh crap, I build my mechs? Yeah, of course I do. That was actually probably part of the problem on this one here. I had SRM ammo in the left torso, so it was still standard configured. So I probably lost all of this because the ammo blew out on the left hand side. And that's where I lost all the weapons from. That should be a lot more solid, and it should have less of a heating issue, so I should be able to roll those PPCs a little harder. I mean, yeah, it's a nice big missile boat is always good to have. Hey Bubby, why don't you just lie down, you look tired? Yeah, a pair of catapults or a pair of archers can do a lot of work. Even trebuchets aren't bad. Will I get it? Yeah. Alright, Coco. The system here is pretty straightforward. So you have different mechs that you recover through the game that have different weight classes. They also have a configuration. So this is a Warhammer 6R. Now, you don't really need to know what that means off the top of your head, but essentially each one of these has a different weapons configuration that you can put together, which is all listed up here. So in the right arm, you can only mount 1 energy weapon in this mech. You cannot mount anything else. None of the other weapons are available. You can put any energy weapon you want in here. You can put a medium laser, large laser, PPC. That's completely up to you. But it has to be an energy weapon. This one energy weapon, which is my Mead laser. And we've also got a slot for a missile weapon. SRM6 is what I'm putting in here because I like my SRMs for when I get close. And I do tend to get close. And on the end here, this is your auxiliary weapons. So these are your small stuff, machine guns and small lasers. So you can see on each part of the mech exactly what you can put in. Up here you have F&R, front armor on the mech, rear armor on the mech. Rear armor is always less than your front armor. That's just the way it is. These mechs are built to face roll people, literally. Don't strip all your rear armor out though. If something gets behind you, it can give you a bad day. But you can control your armor loadouts for the rest of it, and you have a maximum weight, which is the weight of the chassis. So this is a 70-ton mech. Nothing that I put in here can exceed 70 tons. Otherwise, I can't use it. It's pretty straightforward, and everything else you'll learn as you go along. The tool tipping is very, very well done. So it's really easy to work out. As for learning to load a mech, that can be a bit of trial and error. The general rule is put your ammo in your legs. The AI tends to target your legs less, and your legs do tend to be a bit more survivable, and if your legs happen to get blown out, the mech doesn't necessarily go straight out of combat. You can lose a leg, the mech's mobility will be reduced, it'll still be able to stand and it will still be able to fight. It's bad, but it's not horrible. Ammo in the torsos can involve blowing off your arm and destroying your torso, so you'll lose major weapon systems and expose your core, which is this is where a fission reactor sits. That's why there's so little parts in here. It's the central portion of your mech, and there's a massive reactor inside of it. If that gets popped, you die. Your mech explodes. So don't put ammo in here ever for any reason, no matter what you want to do. Putting things that explode next to a fission reactor is a really bad idea. And generally you want to do anything you can to make sure the parts around that reactor also don't come off, because while they hold weapons, they also act as baffles to stop damage from getting to that torso. So beyond that, it comes down to what your playstyle is. Some people want to play more from range, so they'll load more long-range weapons in. You'll notice I use a lot of SRMs, and I use a lot of mechs that'll have modifications for melee. I like getting in people's faces and being able to, if I can't shoot them, punch them. Yeah, flamers are also auxiliary weapons. So stock combat roll tells me what? That tells you basically what the mech is built for in its standard configuration. What you do with it after that is completely up to you. So the Warhammer is a brawler, so it gives you a bit of a breakdown. Yang's thoughts, he's your mech engineer, and what he thinks. But essentially, twin PPCs, you engage in long range with the PPCs as you're closing distance on the target. They're massive energy weapons, do lots of damage. Once you're getting close, you've got meat lasers, SRMs, and under standard configuration you'd have machine guns and small lasers. So you're getting close, and then you rip them apart after you've already pulled the majority of the armor off them as you've been closing with the PPCs. That's what it's sort of built for. I'm foregoing the light weapons in exchange for being able to maintain fire on the PPCs a little bit more. 166,000 to put it together, and it's going to take me 13 days to fix it. And yeah, that's close enough. Close enough. Should be a little bit more durable now, and should be able to fire for a little bit longer.
I'll let you know when that's done.
So yeah, the stock combat roll for any of the mechs, it's just a guideline. It's not a rule. Once you play with the mechs, you can make them do whatever you want. Like my Centurion here, which I keep the meat lasers in, and I keep the AC5, which is standard, but the left torso is an SRM6 and two SRM4s, because I get this thing into close range, nail them with all the SRMs at point blank range, which do massive amounts of damage, and then I punch them in the face. And as you've seen, it's actually really good at that. When you look at the Inner Circle mechs, MechWarrior Online at least haven't played any of the others. You can also swap parts, arms, torso, legs. You can't do that here. There is, I forget what it's called actually. There is a classification for essentially kit bash mechs. They do exist within the game, or within the universe. They do exist in the tabletop for rules. No, not Omni-Mechs. Omni-Mechs are something else entirely. Omni-Mechs are clan stuff. Your Bitzers are Inner Sphere mechs that have essentially been bolted together out of spare parts. Omni-Mechs, yeah, Franken-Mechs is a nickname for them, but there is actually a specific term for what they are. Corsairs. Yeah, Corsairs is the one for them. Which MechWarrior 5 turned into an actual mech, but they're actually just a classification for something that's been bolted together. Yeah, Omni-Mechs are clan tech. The difference between a standard Inner Sphere mech and a clan Omni-Mech, which doesn't appear in Battletech at all, so you don't need to concern yourself with this, is Omni mechs are designed so that while they have space to mount equipment inside of the mech, all of it is interchangeable. So there isn't any hard points that must be mounted with a particular weapon type. Everything can be swapped and switched on an Omni mech, including the reactor itself. The whole thing can be stripped down and rebuilt any way you want. That's a clan technology, and yeah, we don't have to worry about them in Battletech yet, although I suspect if they do a Battletech 2, it'll be clans. G'day, Pyre. Alright, so I am going to take a short break here in a moment, because it is, I don't even know what time it is at the moment. But before I do that, what I want to see if I can pull up, and you'll have to pardon me because I'm probably going to make a mess of this trying to get this to load. I do want to go back to what I was saying before about the last time I played War Thunder, the kill I got. I'm going to see if I can find this, because I've got it recorded. I was going to turn it into a video and then I didn't. That's the SPT, yeah, that's the bitch slap video. And I'll mute that because you're probably hearing it at the moment. Actually, where is the sound controls on this goddamn program? All the way over there. And okay, this is the point. Now, can I get this to pop up on stream quickly? I'm just going to load up a window capture here. Okay. So you'll have to pardon, this is recorded in ultra wide and I'm just playing it straight from the video at the moment. I think that should have popped up on screen if you can see it at the moment. Yeah, okay. Now I can pop up the controls for it. Oh, hang on, I should probably... Alright, so keep in mind I'm still taking my bomb and I'm actually being engaged by like 3 aircraft at this point. So this is the last match I played in War Thunder before I laughed my ass off and walked away. Alright, so HE112 coming up. Does a smart move, sitting in on the tail. Wait for it. And quickly spin the camera around. And there it goes. And I just fly on and drop off the bomb. Oh, I ripped this thing's engines out too, and it crashes back at the runway trying to get back after it pulls apart the plane. It's just... Yeah, I played 3 matches and this thing in a row. I got 2 5-kill matches and then this happened and I just walked away. I walked away. I couldn't. So, yeah, anyways. That was the last time I played War Thunder. Anyways, I'm going to flick it over to getting coffee for just a moment. And, although I don't get coffee anymore because I don't drink it, just going to grab a drink and I will be right back. Alright, and intermission over. I am back. So let's get this back over to game. Cool. Alright, so repairs are all set up now. Everything's done. Management-wise, we get Behemoth back up in 6 days, and the lounge upgrade will be done in 6 days as well. The only other thing we really need to do here... What do we have in the way of completed mechs? So we'll go to the base for a start. Jenna. We'll get rid of the Jenna, because we're going to need the funds soon enough. We'll keep the Blackjack as a spare for the moment. Still got the Vindy, although she's a little old. We've got a Crab sitting in storage. We have that Shadow Hawk. We won't... No, we're on 3 million for the moment. We should be fine with that Jenna. We'll let the rest of it sit there and we can sell it off later as we need to. Alright, so... That's all we've got to do, so we've got to wait at least 10 days minimum, preferably 23, to actually get everything all up and running. So contracts. We can do one more of these. So Serve Cold is our next priority mission. I don't really want to do that one until the Warhammer is back up. What else have we got locally that we can do? We got Witness Protection. It's an attack and defend mission. 3 skulls. Capture base. Standard battle in the Badlands. Destroyed base. No assassination now. Ambush convoy. You got an assassinate mission, but it's got a 12-day travel time. Doesn't pay particularly well either. Only 700. It's a 3-skull mission. Only 700,000. That's pretty average. Vox, wait, cutting back on caffeine? Yeah, doctor's orders and not cutting back. Completely quit. I haven't had a coffee in like 2 months. But yeah, the reason why I love big, stompy, durable laser boat to anchor my team around, it might be the best choice for a lot of situations, but it has a very solid choice for all of them. And you pop down more specialised mechs that don't have to take hits to tank and things go beautifully. So in regards to the Black Knight, you mean? Yeah, the Black Knight's a good mech, and the Black Knight takes a pretty good beating as well. There's nothing wrong with the Black Knight at all. I'm actually rather fond with it. Actually, I believe there's a Black Knight in the Rogue Tech mod, and I'm hoping it's kind of in the Battletech Advanced mod as well. There's one that's armed with a shield. It's a Black Knight, and it's got a Gundam-style shield mounted onto its left arm, which is actually canon. There is a variant that does carry a massive blast shield to go around as well. So... that's a thing. I've seen the one in Rogue Tech. I don't know if it's in advance, but I'm kind of hoping that it is. But yeah, the Black Knight's just a good mech in general. I kind of don't want to just sit here, but I'm not going to have much of a choice. We're training a group of mech warriors to act as local defense force, and we'd like you to assist in their training. There's a decommissioned Taurian base that we need to take ownership of, and it's undefended. This will be the perfect opportunity for our trainees to practice operating as a team in a low-risk environment. We need to send along a single experienced mech warrior to keep an eye on them and be a model of good behaviour for them. That's the mission I think I'll do to fill in the space, but first I need... Quick draw is 7 days. Take the Centurion. Yeah, that might actually be the go. It's only a 1.5 star mission, 1.5 skull mission, so that shouldn't be too bad. You would just take the Centurion. It's polar. So I can basically go ham in it. So, negotiation. Payment, 412. I think I'd rather 240 and take 3 parts salvage, so if anything good drops. Mag's model of good behaviour? Not at all. This is punishment for my several decades of bad behaviour. Doctor giving me some very tight restrictions on what I've got to do at the moment, because I wound up in hospital not all that long ago, to go on with everything else that's happening at the moment. And yeah, got some pretty poor test results back, so need to basically try and recover from essentially 10 years of doing YouTube and letting stress and poor eating and everything else all go to me, and get myself fixed back up. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Completely my fault. So I fucked myself up. Now I got to fix myself. That is the way it is. So yeah, we'll go with the Centurion. It's the same loadout as before. So twin mediums, AC5, and all the SRM6s for close range. 140 tons, and it looks like we've been sent with a Commando, a Panther, and an Urban Mech. We've got an Urban Mech. We've already won. It's over. Does Mags have any pilots that fit that description? What description? Alright, now as I recall, the communications from these guys will be annoying as hell. Alright, so all we're going to do is walk and stand around. Job sounds like bullshit to me. I want to learn how to shoot, not stand around. I don't know, the mission sounds good to me. Need more practice in driving this thing anyway, so yeah, we got rookies. Alright, let's confirm the base is undefended, Commander. Move out to this location and you should be able to get eyes on the base. Hey, my Viking commander is actually... He's very good. When he's not getting hammered inside of the Warhammer. Can we blow up some of the buildings? Alright, so these guys have essentially no stats. Alright, so put you in the forest. Panther.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Commander,
The Irby's going to be slow.
acknowledge.
What is the Irby carrying, actually? It's the AC-10. I mean, Mags, if you remove the bar from the back of the Warhammer, you might not be getting hammered as often. Oh, hey. You got to have your vices. Or at least you got to have the mech warriors have got to have the vices. I'm not allowed to have them anymore, but... Is the base up ahead? Looks like our employer wasn't kidding. It's empty. This sucks. Going to shoot some of the buildings anyway. Picking up engine signatures, boss. I'm guessing those aren't friendlies and they're heading your way. Big surprise! Engines, like mech engines. Oh shit, I don't want to die! Get your lance to that base, Commander, and hold out till our employer can get some more people on the ground.
I'm going.
Right, so... I'll move Hunter in the Commando first. Centurion first, rather. And bring the Irby up, because it'll be the last and the slowest of all of these. Now, we expect they're probably going to be coming through that way, so I need to keep sensors, and these guys don't have any skills at all either.
Heading out.
The Panther has jump jets, so I'll keep it down here in the low in the valley.
All right.
Yeah, try and get the Irby in here to actually run the capture.
On my way.
Waiting for orders.
Rolling.
And I am surprised we don't have contacts yet, unless they don't activate the enemy units until you've actually entered the base.
Heads up, Commander.
Nope.
You've got
Here we go.
contact inbound.
Okay, 1, and we have no scouts, so we don't have a weight class on these, just unknown mech. I'm thinking probably 25 to 35 tons, most likely. Maybe a 45er in there as well as a command mech.
What's up, boss? Copy that.
I'll get the commando in and just hold in the trees for the evasive and the cover bonus, and brace.
Yes, Commander.
Right. Sprint in the Irby.
Confirmed.
Alright, so it looks like at least 4, which makes sense.
Affirmative.
Jump the Panther into the trees and then brace for stability. So that's 2 gun sets. Alright, we have a Jenner and a commando. Actually, so that's our commando.
Barely a hit, Commander.
Just scrape the pate, the evasion bonus saves it. Alright, so the SRMs at 50% are too low, and I don't want the heat, although... God, I love Arctic environments. I could fire the whole lot anyway, and it wouldn't make a difference, really. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's Alpha Strike straight out of the first round. We got 200 missiles on board.
All weapons committed.
And another hit on the commando.
Hey there.
Alright, so we get him to move into the trees, so he keeps the tree bonus, but gets a fresh evasion bonus as he shifted position. And he can't actually hit anything from there, so that's alright. We'll just brace him. And they have a commando. Cool, that worked.
Waiting for orders.
Right, shift the Panther. His gunnery skills are garbage, but his best chance at actually hitting something is the Jenner. And manages to miss completely with the PPC. And Javelin.
I'm wounded.
That's alright, you're not my pilot. All you need to do is make sure you survive.
Standing by.
surviving in good health was not part of the payment plan. Alright, yeah, we can go a little bit further with the jump and still retain the ability to fire, so let's jump
Confirmed.
into the capture zone. This gets us on position to hold the base, and then 55 with the AC-10 on the Jenner. I kind of want to save the precision strike for the next round in the Centurion, because I'll do more damage with that. So yeah, we'll just roll the dice with just the AC-10,
Taking the shot.
and a miss. Not surprising after the jump, but that's fine.
Negative damage.
And Jenna's backing up to fire into the Commando and the Panther. Structure exposed on the Commando.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Alright, so the Jenna's already fired, so I don't have to worry about it straight away. So we'll put the Centurion straight up front to protect and cover these two. Still precision strike. The Javelin. We go the Commando. 60, 60, 65, 75, so it's better on the Jenner. And even better on the Javelin. Yeah, let's just get rid of the Javelin. Hopefully before.
All weapons committed.
Damn it. I was sort of hoping that center torso would get popped. And that's a large laser. What the hell just crested the hill?
Internal damage.
Oh, they got a Centurion as well.
Good to go. Move order received.
Actually, I wouldn't mind recovering that if possible, but I don't think these guys are going to be good enough support to actually pop it down. It's probably best to just focus the Javelin for the moment. It's lost its evasive bonus.
Commander?
Yeah, that'll be left, presenting more of the left-hand side, should cover the right torso a little bit there. And we'll go the Javelin again.
Firing full salvo.
Heat sink destroyed. Not that that's going to matter in the Arctic. Jenna's going the Commando again. Oh,
I'm gonna need a medic.
right arm and right torso destroyed.
I lost weapons.
Okay.
Commander?
God, you're crap at aiming this thing.
Affirmative.
So if that gives you a little bit better position, I'm not expecting much. Hey, it's a shit shot. You are a terrible shot. 35 at best, 25 on the Centurion. I might as well put the shot at the javelin again anyway and see whether or not it hits, because it'll have its turn next. Maybe? Nope, looks like you put the slug straight into the building in front of you rather than over the top. And the jav's going to focus, and there's a guy down. Oh, there goes part of my bonus. He dead.
All weapons committed.
Alright, that gets rid of some of the javelin's missiles.
Critical damage detected.
I'm under heavy fire.
Well, you wouldn't be if you weren't a shit shot and you actually hit things. In fact, if you'd hit that javelin, your mate would still be alive.
Roger that.
Come on. Nothing. Nothing.
They've blown past my armor.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. You didn't have full armor to begin with.
10-4.
Thankfully, the Irby did. Alright, 55, 35, 45. Alright, 55 here. Come on. Better than 50% shot to hit.
Affirmative.
And you miss. Right arm destroyed. And the right arm's the one that carries the AC-10. So the commando just straight took the arm off the mech and... Ugh.
I'm gonna need a medic. Internals are taking a beating.
Sorry, not the Overmech, the Panther. So yeah, it took the PPC rather. This is not working out quite the way I anticipated. Right, Commando's full up. I'll just strip some heat back so I can clear the next salvo.
Engaging target.
There we go. Alright. Finally, we're on the board with a kill.
Destroyed.
And you're about to get meleeed. Well, the bonus is well and truly gone. I'll just have to tell command next time
Show 'em what you got.
vet your new mech pilots better, because the ones you sent me were trash. I mean, this Irby's useless. 30% to hit with an AC-10. That's like... Well, intel failure and also failure of pilots. To be given a mech like this and only have a hit rating this high, this person should never have qualified to drive it in the first place.
10-4.
And you got the biggest precision sniper cannon on the field, in a mech that's, you know, for all jokes about the urban mech, it's actually a pretty stable and pretty good firing platform. And couldn't hit a lake if she was on the bottom.
I'm losing armor bad.
Alright, close her on the back of this hill. This is going to blow us into an overheat, but I'm not going to get any closer to this. So we're going to use our precision strike on the commando and try and rip its guts out. Because otherwise we'll be chasing it around the battlefield for the rest of the night.
Warning. Heat exceeding recommended level.
That's fine. Next turn I'm going to go for the melee kill. Hopefully it won't run. I was kind of hoping that would take a leg or just straight core it.
Internal structure damage. Standing by.
Actually, one of my biggest annoyances in this game, and I kind of hope they fix it on the next one, the advantage of the Urbamech is that the entire torso can actually rotate like a tank turret in all directions. It's not limited to a left or right turn like other mechs are. But when you go to try and move them, you're actually limited in how far you can turn the torso. So you can't actually use the whole system that was designed that makes this mech what it is.
Waiting for orders.
Get you into some semblance of cover. Maybe we can keep you alive. Maybe. Maybe. Now, 55 on the commando. Alright, better than half. Come on. I've stripped all the armor off that commando. All you gotta do is tap it and it'll die.
Come on, people.
She hit something!
It happened. Mech destroyed.
Holy shit! She actually hit something. Yeah, well, the Urbamech is designed, the name Urbamech, it was designed for urban combat and city pacification. So the idea was the mech can walk down a street and it can rotate its turret and check, rotate its upper torso and be able to check every alleyway, the gaps in between all the buildings. Without needing to maneuver the mech itself to turn around, it can rotate the entire torso around and shoot directly behind it while it's travelling in the other direction. That's what it was built for. It was generally designed for like city fighting, obviously, but it was mainly picked up by during the time of the Star League. It was used by police units, and if you painted one of these things up in SWAT colours, it would actually be pretty close to what it was used for. Riot suppression, they used them like the same way that modern police and SWAT teams, riot teams, use riot vehicles. They used them for stuff like that. And yeah, any kind of inner city combat. That's what it was built for. It is a cool little machine. It's got a lot of lore behind it. And it is kind of cute. Alright, so we're doing fine there, but our heat's not. I really just need to present myself up here and brace for a turn to drop our heat levels down and hope that somebody decides to shoot here instead of continuing to go after the Urbie. There's well, left leg destroyed, so she's about to fall over. And there's a pilot injury as well. Hopefully she's got more than one health, so she survives it.
Commander, I'm hit.
Capellan version with a single AC-20. Yep. I was present in MechWarrior 4, I believe, that variant showed up in.
I'm taking some serious hits.
Now, just think, Irby Pilot, if you'd shot the Javelin before when I told you to fire at it and actually managed to kill it, you wouldn't be getting curb stomped at the moment.
I'm receiving you.
Stand up.
Regained footing. Good to go.
Alright, so I'm not going to get you to melee, but please tell me at this range you can actually... 20. Now, this is going to be a waste, but I'm actually going to use Precision Strike for a point-blank range attack with an AC 10 on a Javelin that I've already crippled, just to hope that it'll actually take it out. And I'm only going to get 30% with it.
Fire an owl west.
Misses. And now, left torso, left arm destroyed, center torso destroyed. Alright, so she had one moment of glory, and then she died, which makes her better than the other two. It's just a waste of a good mech, though. That's the problem. But I suppose at the very least, that's the rear armor of a Centurion. And I have a Precision Strike. And the rear armor's thinner. And I have enough temperature overhead to Alpha Strike.
All weapons committed.
Bye!
Enemy mech destroyed.
I'm only going to get one piece of that, but it did the job. Yeah, for the guy I was explaining explaining how to set your mechs up for and mentioning about rear armor, that's why you don't let anybody get behind your mechs, because that's what you do. The rear armor is about half the thickness or less than the front armor. Do not let anybody get behind you. Do not turn your back on the enemy, ever. Yeah, what the hell. Bye.
Weapons committed.
So that was basically my Centurion doing all the work except one. Well, that was certainly experience. Darius, I think we should get hazard pay for this kind of mission. All worked out fine and we get paid. Actually, yeah, but we're not going to get the bonus for keeping them alive.
Successful.
But I suppose we get a paycheck anyway. The base was secured. The mission was completed. So mission was a success. Yeah, no bonus points because everybody died. 240,000. Yeah, and... okay, hang on. Our commando pilot actually survived. He's going to be in hospital for 95 days, but he survived. The other two, yeah, they're dead. And the armor on my Centurion didn't even get scratched. Now, well, I can take the Javelin's piece. I've already got one part of the AL model Centurion as well, so I'll take that one. And not too concerned about the commando. The large laser, and we got the LRM-10. Yeah, about 10,000 in it, and there's nothing else interesting that they were carrying. No, all right. So we'll take the large laser. It's technically worth less, but I'm not going to sell weapon systems, so the large laser is going to be more useful to me. We got one of the Meade lasers, a small laser, a couple of heat sinks, jump jets, and the LRM. So again, for those who haven't seen the game played before, when you negotiate at the start of a contract, I should have explained this, you negotiate the number of guaranteed parts that you can select. So I negotiated for 3 in this particular mission, so I get paid a little bit less, but I get to pick 3 pieces of salvage off the rack. No questions asked. After that, you have a second amount that you are randomly assigned. So the rest of this is just RNG, randomly selected at a list as to what you get. And some items do have higher percentage chances to pick up than others. So picking up something like heat sinks is much higher than, say, mech components. But it's worth giving up a little bit of cash to have the option to pick up 3. Because if you manage to, at least in vanilla with vanilla settings, if you manage to drop a mech, to build a mech out of parts, you need 3 pieces. And if you manage to, say, blow the cockpit on a mech, you'll actually get 3 parts of the mech you can recover. So if you have 3 available, you can recover an entire mech, put it together, and then use it yourself. Alright, so the Javelin. Fire Javelin packs 4 medium lasers and a 30-ton chassis. Yeah, the 10F isn't a bad Javelin, but I only got that as a sell it. Alright, so what are we at the moment? Alright, 8 days on the Argo, 6 days until... Sorry, 6 days on the Argo, 6 days until Behemoth's out. Still 23. So we'll advance forward for a couple of days. You mean there are choices then other than all salvage? Later in the game, earlier in the game, yes, because you kind of want to build up a cash buffer before you've got stuff to sell. I'm probably not far away from sliding it over to all salvage though, and that's the end of it from that point on. I generally like to hit about 5 million in the bank after I've got stuff working, and at that point I don't bother taking cash anymore. I just collect parts. It's just to make sure I can always pay the creditors.
Completed those upgrades.
Alright, so 4 days in the Dragon's back up, 1 for the quick draw, and we have the next set of engineering days. This is where stuff's going to get expensive. Actually, it's only 900,000 for Betapod. I was expecting that to be well over 1 million. Right, 20 days to complete. Barracks to support 16 mech warriors. Once repaired, includes what was clearly once the hydroponics facility. The spine of the Argo, the low-G gymnasium above that. Neither survives exposure to hard vacuum and stellar radiation, but they're tantalizing indicators of the luxuries the Argo once included. Yeah. 900,000, bring Betapod up. I sell pilots for spare parts when I need the cash, all salvage all the time. Well, it is a fair option. Just the way I like to play, I like to just have my money buffer. Also, early on in the game, most of the mechs you can salvage are kind of trash anyway. I do hunt around. I will tend to take all salvage if, and I don't think any of them are popping up in contracts at the moment, if I can get assassination missions. Yeah, well, I think we've still only got the one down here. Because assassination missions almost always include a mech that's at a higher weight tier than what you have on average. So it's a great way to upgrade, and I go in with a gear set or with a focus to try and find the assassination target and try and pull its head off. So I leave the, kill the meat and leave the metal. But the rest, it's just like, battle. It's going to be trash mix. Yeah, there's nothing in there worth doing. Anyways, what time is it? Because I'm starting to feel a little bit wary, so I'm suspecting it's probably getting a bit late. Yeah, 2:43 in the morning. So I think I might actually pull this one up here, guys. Oh, this has been a lot of fun. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do more of this. I say this every time, and every single time my internet service provider goes through and fucks my net connection for like the next month and a half after I've had one good stream. But I've had consistent numbers for the last 3 or 4 days that I've noticed that have been rather high enough to stream in 1080p rather than 720p. So, and there was a massive net outage here about a week ago where they shut my entire district down and did some upgrades or did some repairs. They didn't say what they did, but the numbers have been good since. So hopefully it holds, and I'll be able to keep doing this. If I can, I probably won't stream tomorrow night. Tomorrow is the viewing for my father-in-law, and the day after is the funeral. So I doubt I'll be streaming on those days. But I might try and stream, maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday I'll try and do a little bit more of this. Otherwise, I'm going to see, and if this connection stays as stable as it is, and I can continue streaming at least this kind of quality, I might start bringing some other stuff in as well. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the stream. Not really planned out or anything, but I hope you had fun with it. And till next time, guys, take care.